Friends, this story is called Agony. It's about a girl named Arya who is suffering from schizophrenia. That causes her to experience delusions, hallucinations, and profound disconnection from reality, contributing to the development of suicidal tendencies. This story portrays a single day of her life. Now, before we begin the video, I want to request everyone to subscribe to our channel. With that said, let's roll the intro.
Ting, ting, ting. It was my alarm. I woke up, feeling a little pain at the back of my head. Through the window, I saw the sun shining brightly. I looked at the clock. It was 7:16. I felt relieved because I had the whole day. With that thought, I got out of bed and went to the restroom. Arya, Arya. My mom's voice echoed through the house, calling me to join her for breakfast. I obediently went to the kitchen. Every day felt the same, each one blending into the next, just like the last 9,000 day. After breakfast, I went back to my room and lay on my bed. With my phone in hand, I started scrolling through Facebook. My friends' posts showed their lives full of joy and excitement. It seemed like everyone was having a great time, and I couldn't help but feel drawn into them. After a while, my phone broke the silence with a call from a friend. We chatted briefly, and suddenly, we had plans for an outing. Even though I'm not very social or fond of going out, I agreed to join him, so I got dressed and headed out. As I stood alone, waiting for my friend, I noticed how dirty my shoes were. I wondered why I hadn't seen the dirt before leaving home. Trying to clean them didn't help, and in frustration, I knelt down, lost in thought. The day felt strangely different. The usually busy road was eerily quiet. As I sat there thinking, a few cockroaches came near me. I was about to swat them away, but stopped when I saw they were changing. Intrigued, I decided to watch them, leaving them undisturbed in the calm stillness of the moment. Suddenly, my friend appeared out of nowhere, standing right in front of me. As we stood there deciding what to do next, my phone slipped from my hand and fell to the ground. When I bent down to pick it up, I saw the dead cockroaches with their tiny heads oddly twisted. Seeing them like that made me feel strange. Even though I wanted to go home, my friend's presence encouraged me to keep going. So, we set off on our outing, filled with screams, playful banter, and laughter. Despite the unexpected twists of the day, I found myself truly enjoying the moment, embracing the spontaneity. As we got closer to our destination, a nagging feeling crept into my mind. It was odd that we hadn't seen a single person along the way. The absence of others made our journey feel eerie, as if we were the only two. Upon reaching our destination, a bridge, we were greeted by a breathtaking view that seemed to capture the essence of beauty itself. The scene was so enchanting that it left us speechless and still, surrounded by lush greenery, flowing water, and graceful birds. We were overwhelmed by a profound sense of tranquility, completely immersed in the splendor of nature. In that moment, I felt so light, enlightened from the innermost cellular atoms, detached from worldly expectations and pressure. It dawned on me, a deep understanding. At first, you regret not knowing how to swim, but once you can swim, you find yourself drifting farther away from the river. As a flood of thoughts overwhelmed my mind about religion, relationships, career, achievements, connections, likes, and dislikes, a sharp pain gripped my head intensely. Desperate to ease the pressure, I shouted, screamed, and cried, but my cries went unheard. My friend stood eerily still, unaffected by my distress. Meanwhile, the once calm sky changed dramatically. The clouds darkened and gathered into a threatening mass, ready to burst at any moment. The bridge beneath us started to lurch and sway wildly, as if controlled by unseen forces beyond our understanding. Lying there in agony, it seemed as if the laws of physics were unraveling. Water from the river below defied gravity, hanging suspended in the air, as if earthly constraints no longer applied. It was a sensation unlike anything I had ever experienced. My head throbbed relentlessly, the pain growing with each passing moment. Amidst the chaos, a shrill siren pierced the air, briefly giving me hope that help was coming. Desperately, I clutched my head, trying to ease the torment as my surroundings plunged into surreal madness. Opening my eyes briefly, I saw my companion, frozen in eerie stillness, oblivious to the chaos around us. Driven by fear, I staggered to my feet, frantically searching for the ambulance that never arrived. Panic seized me as I realized the disaster's magnitude. With a surge of adrenaline, I rushed to my friend. "Scream," I pleaded, my voice raw with desperation. "Run," but my words fell on deaf ears as the world around us teetered on the brink of collapse. With shaking hands, I reached out when my trembling fingers touched my friend. Their unyielding gaze sent shivers down my spine. Despite my fear, I hugged him, hoping for a response. A surge of fear gripped me, urging me to flee the bridge and the inexplicable events. But before I could move, the pain in my head became intolerable. In a final, harrowing moment, the world blurred into a crimson haze as the suspended water turned blood red. The air filled with a cacophony of tingling sounds and anguished cries, assaulting my senses. Amidst the chaos, unsettling whispers added to the torment, amplifying the pain pulsating through my skull. With each passing second, the pain escalated beyond endurance, until with an excruciating crescendo, my consciousness shattered, consumed by relentless agony until it was no more. As I jolted awake, my heart racing, I glanced at the clock. Its hands were frozen at 7:16. Reality blurred with the remnants of my dream, the memories fading like mist in the morning sun. But the urgency of the moment gripped me as I realized my surroundings were washed out. Flames danced hungrily around me, the searing heat assaulting my senses. Panic surged within me as I struggled to comprehend the nightmare unfolding before my eyes. With each breath, acrid smoke filled my lungs, clouding my thoughts and suffocating my senses. The wail of approaching sirens pierced the air, a desperate plea for salvation in the face of impending doom. As the world spun around me, consumed by the inferno's wrath, my vision blurred. My consciousness slipped away like sand through my fingers. Engulfed in darkness, I succumbed to the overwhelming onslaught. I woke up in the hospital and saw the doctor discussing my condition. Straining to get their attention, I called out, but my voice seemed to dissolve into the sterile air, unheard amidst the clinical chatter. I tried to move my eyes to convey my distress, but they stayed obstinately firm. Determined, I got out of bed, stood up, and walked a bit. When the doctor finally turned their attention to me and asked how I was feeling, words escaped my lips before I could fully comprehend them. It was as though an unseen force guided my response, disconnected from my conscious will. My voice, barely a whisper, carried the weight of my inner turmoil as I uttered each day, "I am losing expectations from others. Each day, I am losing interest in all things. Each day, I go dark. I smell like a dead fish." The words hung heavily in the air, a stark reflection of the despair that had taken root within me.
Thanks for watching until the end. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, leave a comment, and share it with your friends. And if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications so you never miss out on our future uploads.